Hello! Today I'm going to talk to you about the Mountaineers Coil. The reason why I like the Mountaineers Coil is I can carry it over my shoulder and be hands-free for scrambling or when I'm approaching the crag, and I like to use it with a short rope that I might end up building anchors with or something like that. I would not recommend making a Mountaineers Coil with a 60-meter rope, even though back in the day that was the classic coil. The way to do that is you take the end and lay it over your shoulder. This is one strand, and you Kiwi coil, which is a different video, okay? But this is how I Kiwi coil. I rope it over my shoulder and I'm just slowly Kiwi coiling this up. So notice that a Kiwi coil essentially, okay, is just a twist in the rope. So you can kind of see that twist coming in right now. So every time that I make this loop, I could do it one at a time, but I'm making a twist in the rope. And that twist is something that you have to be conscious of, because that twist doesn't have if it can't move through the coil, it can really kink up your rope. If you notice, okay, you take this coil off. So I had the first strand that I'm going to put a loop in, okay? So that was the very first end that it was down by my hip. That's going to be here. And then from this point, I'm going to take the other end that I had just coiled up, which is right here, and I'm going to wrap towards that first loop. So when I wrap, I'm going to make an X so it wraps on itself. So 1, 2, 3, right? You want to get a minimum of 3 wraps, and once you have that third wrap, you can stick it through that first loop and then pull on that end from the first loop, and that pretty much nails it in like so. But because I'm using 2 ends, it is called the Mountaineers Coil. So at this point, now, what's beautiful about this rope is I can carry it over my shoulder and climb. Hands free. So again, I like to use 40-meter rope or a static rope that I'm using to build anchor, something shorter. Now, a Mountaineers Coil is tricky because of that twist. When I want to start using this rope and I disassemble the knot, what I want to do is to make sure and take the rope from the end that I coiled it, and one at a time. Take one end at a time. Do not just throw this coil down. If you do that, the coil will turn into a mess. So here, if you undo one coil at a time, you're pulling the twist out of it. So you're just one at a time all the way till you get to the end. And now you can use the rope. So again, that is one limitation of the Mountaineers Coil. Thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy coiling your ropes.